defenseman will be Vasiliev. There you see Petrov. Now for the Canadiens, Lafleur at center. Gainey on the left wing, Wilson on the right side. Savard and Lapointe on defense, and it goes to the Canadiens. Savard clearing it ahead to Gainey, and he ran into Vasiliev, and he's wide with it along the ice. Now Gainey with Wilson. Here's Wilson right in on goal. He takes the shot, the rebound to Lafleur. Now Ori to Robinson. He cleared it through center. It's gobbled up by Kuzkin. He hits shot. Shot with Cournoyer. Mahovlich shot. Shoots. Goal!
John, the Canadiens took advantage of something you don't see too often, I would imagine. The Russians coughing up the puck.
Here's the replay. Watch Steve Shutt release this puck. Just a great shot right in the top corner, and Tretiak was partially screened. Just a super shot. Here it is in a replay again.
I'm wondering if Tretiak might have been looking for him to shoot to the long side.
Mahovlich at 3 minutes, 16 seconds.
Saw 3:16. It's a shot from Mahovlich. Tretiak's a busy goaltender.
The point rolling it ahead to Gainey. He hops in over the line. Here's Gainey with Lafleur right in front of the net. Lafleur takes the shot away, and a penalty coming up.
Here was the aftermath of the play when he was sent off. That puck just lay agonizingly clear for a moment, but the Canadiens didn't have anybody around. Watch Doug Rice. I don't know if we're going to follow it through as he falls.
Robinson, he chopped it to center. Couldn't clear it out. In there goes Harmelov. Here's Trombley getting right in front of it. Trombley has a shot, and it's blocked by Tretiak. Outstanding work there by Trombley of Montreal. Savard broke off Petrov. Lambert over to Risebrough. He shoots at the rebound in front of the net. They score! Lambert!
Really, when Trombley came close, but it was a tremendous job of work, Fergie.
Well, when Risebrough shot, Tretiak made the first save, and persistence paid off, and Lambert backhands it between his legs.
Better look at it here, I think. Better angle, right here from in front of the net. Sit down, please. There, thank you.
There it is here in the Montreal Canadiens. There's no doubt about it.
Close-up look at Tretiak, John, right here, and you see Lambert, number 11, with the backhand, and as John pointed out, persistence.
Coming down on the left side, and Kuzkin broke him up. Here's Savard into the center ice area with Roberts and Wilson. Savard lugging the puck on the backhand, and he fired it around the net. Now at the line, here's Jarvis going in. He shoots it. Shot out away from Vikulov, cleared it for Cournoyer, breaking in on the right side, and Luchenko swept it off to the wing. Now here's Robinson winding up for the shot. He's looking for the net, and Cournoyer fired it. He fired it wide. Cournoyer with a back.
In the first instance, because Cournoyer had him beaten prior to this, moving in, back of the net, look at it. And as we're watching it, the Soviet linesman fell down. Here's another look at it with Robinson firing it from well out. There's that chance for Cournoyer.
Oh. The point gets it out on the left side. Lemaire with Lafleur. Lemaire going in, shoots, and a hot shot is juggled by Tretiak. Here come the Soviets. Petrov to Harlamov. He's over the line. Here's Harlamov trying to work in there. There's the shot, the rebound. Mikhailov. Vasiliev to Mikhailov. He's down on the right side, over the line. Harlamov stops. Harlamov to Mikhailov. To the side of the net. And the checking, something you don't see too often in games of this nature, the checking a bit close. Television said he's got to be happy at this stage. 2-0. Cournoyer shooting it right on. And Tretiak got that pad out there to make the save. Here's Schluchtop over the line, and he fired, and he didn't miss by Gusev from the corner. Montreal leading 2-0. A pass. Harlamov has it on the right side. He's over the line, takes the shot, a quick wrist shot. And Alexandrov couldn't pick it up. Soviets are not having the success completing their passes tonight against the Canadiens in the same manner as was the case against New York. There's a little play. And it'll be Petrov, Mikhailov. And the face-off, Cournoyer to Don Ori. Here is Robinson winding up. The shot is right against Toronto. Doesn't happen very often. Lemaire gets the shot, but it's wide, and that's going to be the end of the period, with Montreal leading the Soviets 2-0.
72 team.
Solidukin, number 15, Vikulov, 18, on for the Soviets. Here's shot winding up, and a cannonading shot right on. Back to Van Boxmeer. He shot a hard one. Covered by Sagankov. Here's Mohammed getting ready from the net. He pokes away on it. Tretiak is down. It's loose in front. Shot getting it
Real smart play by Peter. Both Shutt and Cornway are tied up in front. Now here he comes and tries to go back on him, and he just lost control of the puck for an instant because he had Tretiak beaten.
He centered it. Solidukin clearing it on the right side. It's Maltsev hitting the Montreal line, gathering speed. Maltsev around the net from the corner. Maltsev jammed into the boards by Bouchard, who falls. Maltsev doing great work for the Soviets. These Canadians make changes while the play goes on. Now the Soviets broken up at center by Wilson. Wilson coming in with Roberts. He shoots it right on. Here's Wilson shooting it. The light went on. He hit the goal.
The judge waved it off immediately.
Well, Murray Wilson got it backhand away quick. Here's a save by Tretiak, and here's Murray coming up off the top post and did not go in the net.
Face off to the right of Tretiak. We are now a dozen seconds away from the 4th minute mark into the second period. Mikhailov takes his shot. He scores! Mikhailov fired it. Jordan got a piece of it, and it went in. That was a quick wrist shot, Dick.
And only the first shot that they threw one of those long passes up, and it worked.
Well, here's Mikhailov getting that quick wrist shot away, and I thought Dryden had a piece of it, and he did. And it dropped in across the line.
And the Red Army team right back into the thick of things. It's 2-1 for Montreal. Mikhailov, a drop pass to Petrov, back to Mikhailov. Petrov centering it, and it will hold it in. Now Mahovlich chasing it to the far side. Alexandrov turning at the Soviets line, back in over the Canadiens line. Here's Gusev firing it. And a dearth of whistles here in the second period. Puskin dropping it back to Maltsev. He starts in on the right side. It's cleared back to the line. Here's Popov. Giving it on to the side of the net to Solidukin, and he fired it wide. Robinson
Now for
trying to
Canadians to
clear.
get right back and take over the play again.
We'll give you the Soviets defending lineup in just a second. Now then, Mohammed centered it right in front. And Lafleur's blocked it wide from the side. Now Lafleur to Van Boxmeer, to Peter Mahovlich, to Lafleur right in front of the net and shot. He was in there pretty close. He couldn't get it up. Petrov against Lemaire. Here's Cornway to Lafleur. He rips the shot just wide. Puck loose in front of the net. Cornway scores!
Here's a shot by Lafleur. Over the top of the glass. Now watch Cornway. He's so sharp in front of that net. Here's the wrist shot. Up high. And Tretiak, of course, was down on his knees and no chance at all.
Close-up look at it here. You get a good look here at the wrist shot that Cornway takes as he swings around and just lets it go. The goal came
off a leg. Solidukin laying it around the net. Here's Cornway getting in front. Took the shot. Right here, they have the three forwards up and their defense up near the line. Now they fall back. Petrov is starting out. Petrov is coming down to the Canadiens line. He's in over the line. Harlamov going in. He scores! Beautiful setup. And Harlamov with that backhand shot gets a beautifully executed 3-2 Montreal.
He makes the big play, John, and he makes it again.
Yeah, here's Petrov now. He's a great stick handler. Number 16. Now watch him slide this puck through to Harlamov. And goes right in between Lemaire, Guy Lapointe, and backhands it right into the far corner. This is a super goal again. It's like the one he got in New York the other night.
Well, a few times the Canadiens' defense has sort of moved over and been a little too close together.
Puts on the brakes, getting set for a pass maybe. He still has it. Now he gets it out in front of the shot. He fired it. And it was off. And that last one was a beaut. Now Mohavlich getting into Cornway, getting ready for the net shot. And a splendid
the goal scores. Berg, Cornway in close again.
He sure was. Now watch this. The pad of his go right down, and this is what I said earlier.
Seconds, Lafleur fires it in. And Luchenko has it, and that's going to be the second period with Montreal leading the Soviets 3-2 at the end of 2.
Shots on goal in the second period by the Soviets, 3 for a 2-period.
Center area. Hook knocked away by Lemaire to Lafleur. Here's Lafleur sending it to Gainey, and he's fired it just wide.
Second penalty of the game. This one for tripping is the call, as he tried to give Lemaire the hip treatment.
Here's Lafleur getting set for a pass. Van Boxmeer winds up, he shoots it, and a big leg save. Now there's a shot that hit right in front, and a shot by Lafleur.
And once again, the story right here, Fergus Tretiak.
Lambert got a stick on it, and Tretiak saved it. Now watch this other shot come through. Now watch Lafleur fire one. Super goaltender.
Trying to get a shot cleared by Gusev. Canadians keeping it in. Here's Lafleur winding up for the shot. Lemaire shoots it, and it's blocked by Tretiak. Another shot. Oh, what a save there on Lambert.
Lafleur had a shot. Here's Lambert, typical position in front of that net. Now watch the puck go back here. Lambert gets it up. Now watch this save. He's going over
from the sharp angle. Now Robinson gets it in ahead to Lambert on the backhand. He shoots it, and it's blocked on the short side by Tretiak. Goal from the corner, failed to clear it. Roberts with the shot into Tretiak. Now Wilson shoots it, and it's blocked. Zagankov coming out. Ahead to Shlukov. Shlukov over the line. There's the pass to Alexandrov. He scores! Alexandrov. And it is tied at 3.
Fergie, these fellas are just
number 22. 6'3", 190 pounds, 21 years of age. Watch him. Over to Boris Alexandrov. They're two youngest players, and it gets by Dryden.
Once again, Dryden gets a piece of it. Now here's Ari getting turned around at center ice. The 2-on-1 break with Robinson electing to drop to the ice in a sliding type defensive move. He did not make it. Now here's a close-up look at it now in the net. Alexandrov, who got a goal against the Rangers, gets this one. Again, you see Dryden stopping the puck.
Now tied at 3. There's the fellow who scored the tying goal, Alexandrov. Gets it ahead to Vikulov. Gutkov took the shot. Dryden cleared now on the draw. Alexandrov is a bit fractious. Now it's back to LaPointe. There's the shot. Now Savard ripped a high one from center. Cleared it ahead. Finally, it's knocked out by Petrov. Ahead to Harlamov. He's cutting in on that left wing. Upended by good back. And there you see the statistical story. He lost at the shot. Over for Cournoyer. Here's Cournoyer. Dashing in. He shoots it. At center. Here's Mahavlich on the backhand. He turns, getting set for a pass. LaPointe closing in for the shot. And Tretiak in trouble with that one. But as usual, as he has done most of the night.
Peter Mahavlich made a great play to LaPointe. LaPointe really fired this one. And here's the shot. He didn't have control of it at all. But he protects that rebound.
Now LaPointe shooting it again. That was a hard one, and he has a quick hand, John. Leave it there. Solidukin coming back in. Stick handling. Shoots it along the ice. And the Soviets start back. Maltsev ahead to Popov. Maybe a drop pass. Not coming right into stainless speed. The light doesn't go on, and it's the goal post.
Popov. Dryden was beaten cleanly, John, but the post came to the Canadiens' rescue.
He got a lucky bounce here, Popov, and got by Savard. Now watch him golf this one right off the goal post. Murray Wilson earlier and Popov right now, and that ties it up.
Now we're going to get another look at it. Watch the goal post to Dryden's left. There it is.
Gusev turning. Now it's intercepted by Gainey. Gainey going in. He shoots. And a big save.
On a recent game in the NHL when the Canadiens have had so many scoring chances. That's the one by Gainey. You know, Harry said the other night many times.
Savard is in over the Soviet line. Savard goes to the corner trying to center it. Here's Gainey with it. Gainey has it. He centered it right in front. Here's Lemaire shooting it. And a tremendous save. Another save by centered it. And is swept away by Savard, who ignited that Canadian rally. Mikhailov shoots it. Dryden look behind him. And it looks like it's going to end at 3. 1 second left. The game is over. And the Soviets and the Canadians tie at 3.
Well, John, it's just amazing the final period. 38-13 overall. I don't think we're being anything but fair to say that the Soviets
Watch
were
the puck. Very seldom does a rebound go out. Just a great hockey game, and